This is the fence project from up above in the pasture. There's one of the gates that I moved down. And the other gate's in front of the barn there. And that gap there in the picture far out is where the red gate used to be. And this is where the smaller gate used to be. And all of this fence that you see behind me here, this fence that you're seeing now, will come out. It's just going to be really fun to get that out because it's, of course, it's got fence staples in it. The very bottom, but